today. From Nissan Stadium in Nashville, Tennessee, it's the AFC Wild Card Round on EA Sports. Tennessee Titans taking on Lamar Jackson and the Baltimore Ravens.
Just a tick under 70,000 packed in here at Nissan Stadium. Not a seat to be had as playoff football and certainly playoff fever have descended upon the Music City of Nashville, Tennessee. Straight ahead, it's Wild Card Weekend, and we've got a great one in store between the Baltimore Ravens and the Tennessee Titans. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top.
What twists and turns will January have in store for us? The NFL playoffs are officially underway. And he takes this near the 25, just a little pass there, call it the 26. The Titans set to take over behind their quarterback, Ryan Tannehill.
And by now it's a familiar story about Ryan Tannehill. Remember, 6 seasons as a starter in Miami, but unfortunately, he never played in a playoff game there. Got his team to the playoffs one season, but was hurt, and Matt Moore had to play in the playoff game for him. But I know he has to be buoyed by how well he played in the playoffs last year with Tennessee, helped them get to an AFC championship game, and expects to do at least that again, if not get to the Super Bowl this season.
The game's first play produces 6 yards, brings up second down.
Brings up second and 4.
Tannehill with a play fake to Henry. He'll throw instead. And his throw is incomplete. And they'll look to avoid an early 3 and out here on 3rd and 4.
Marcus Peters on the coverage.
From the gun, here's Tannehill. Out to the right to Humphries. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down.
But we hear so often how tackling has become almost a lost art in the NFL game. And it's so important to tackle well on these receivers, especially in a play like this one. 3rd down, they gave him the underneath stuff. You got to go and make the tackle right away.
On 4th down, here's Brett Kern to punt the football away. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. And a bit of a mistake there. This is well into the end zone for a touchback. The Ravens offense going to work, and as usual, it's Lamar Jackson, the former MVP of the league, at the helm. And what an incredible start to a career for Lamar Jackson. Remember, he was a unanimous MVP of the NFL in just his 2nd season in 2019. So here he is, now in the playoffs for the 3rd time. Unfortunately, his team 0-2 so far. Both times the team was favored. He wants to get that first win, and hopefully the first of many towards a Super Bowl title. And a good physical run that time. He's going to wind up gaining 5 on that one.
A gain of 5 brings up second and 5.
First carry now for Gus Edwards. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
He was tackled at the 27-yard line. It's a gain of 2 yards. And it's 3rd.
Jackson looking to throw on 3rd. That's caught by the former Sooner, Mark Andrews. And he will have a Ravens first down as they convert on 3rd and 3 with a nice gain of 7 yards. I think defensively you're okay with that. You're in the first quarter. He's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that and you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
And able to use his blockers to get this up over the 40. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. Jackson on the give to Dobbins. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down.
4-yard pickup on the play. 1st down is Baltimore.
On 1st and 10, it's Dobbins. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. That one good for 33 and a 1st. You were telling me this yesterday. That's exactly what they want to do on the opening drive, establish the ground game.
Yeah, remember our conversation? We were talking about what one of the GMs in the league has told me repeatedly. It's a big man's game, and it's not necessarily size. He's talking about playing some big boy football. Line up, get leverage, knock people back, and establish the run early.
Jackson fakes the give and keeps it. He'll have a 1st down inside the 10. And he's down inside the 5 at the 4 before he's out of bounds. They moved the ball over 50 yards between this play and the last one. Pretty ideal right there. Keep it yourself, get the 1st down, and get the heck out of bounds.
And knowing him, I believe he's thinking, I can get a few more yards if I just lower my shoulder. But he also hears that second voice in his head. His head coach and probably his agent, too, saying, get out of bounds, man. Don't do that.
So 1st and goal and an opportunity for our first points in this wild card game. No score after 1 on EA Sports. Here we go now on 1st and goal. They'll run with Dobbins. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. Taking it in from 4 yards out. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. I think that's the dream start right there. The defense stands up on the opening drive, then they go right down the field and score.
It's a positive start for your offense and your defense. And when you're talking about playoff football, what a great way to get things going.
Everything is magnified and amped up a little bit more.
To put it mildly.
Justin Tucker for the extra point. And the Ravens lead at 7-0. So an 8-play drive covering 80 yards. And it's finished off by a touchdown run from J.K. Dobbins.
Justin Tucker.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. Fielded near the back of the end zone. And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. And here now the offense heading back out there. They'll be looking to match that touchdown from a moment ago. 7-0 is the score as they begin with a 1st down. They'll start on the ground. It's Derrick Henry. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4. 2nd and 6, just inside the 30.
4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6.
Out of the gun, Tannehill. Firing quickly here, and that's complete.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders, hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or?
Better against man, because now you're running away from someone, and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
He'll be dropped shy of the 40 despite powering through the tackle. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 7.
Tannehill going to turn and give this to Henry. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. That'll wind up going for a loss of 4. And that'll bring up a 3rd and 11 situation.
This defense is really flown around in the first half. They've gotten to the ball carrier before they can really get started. Offense going to have to come up with something else in order to try and get this running game going.
The Ravens bring out an extra defensive back here on 3rd. A shotgun snap for Tannehill. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And he can't hang on to it. Nearly picked. He's known for his hands defensively, but instead it just brings up 4th down.
Every offense tells you they want to come out and start fast. That's not unusual at all. But this group, they've yet to get much rolling through their first 2 drives. It looks like they have to give up the football again after this one. That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. Now this offensive unit ready to see what they can do here. And they will begin with, should we call it, far from ideal starting field position, their own 2-yard line.
So what's your definition of ideal?
The 1-yard line on the other side of the field.
Yes, exactly right. So, yes, your definition is apropos in this case.
Jadeveon Clowney there on the stop.
3-yard pickup. Brings up second and 7.
On second down, a run with Dobbins. And from the 4, they get it to the 8 on a pickup of 4. 2 minutes to play here in this first half of the NFL playoffs. A reminder coming up at the half, as we've done all year. We'll get you to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. Coach will have the lowdown on what's going on here in this wild card weekend as we begin on the road to Super Bowl 53 in Atlanta. He completes it to Bryant. And he will have a Ravens first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. So he turned to a trusted, familiar face in that 3rd down situation. It paid off.
Yeah, you go to your veteran receiver in that spot, so you can't underestimate him when he's on the field. Defensively, make sure you know where he is because he understands how to get open in key situations.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. Jackson from the shotgun. Going right side here, and that's complete. And able to get this across the 20 before going out of bounds. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down. Now, these 2 teams, of course, the Titans and Ravens, met in the postseason a year ago. And really, along with the Titans win the previous week in Foxborough, it was one of the shockers of the postseason. The Titans, a 6th seed on the road. The Ravens, they were the top seed, riding a 12-game win streak and coming off the first-round bye. But well, that game was all Tennessee. They led 28-6 at one point, ultimately winning 28-12 and sending them on to the AFC title game in Kansas City. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in half number 1. On 3rd down, Jackson. He gets it to Brown, complete. The Ravens going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Jackson will throw again. He's going to fire this thing deep right side, and that's caught inside the 35. And they'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds. Well, for all the deserved accolades Lamar Jackson gets for his running prowess, you know, his deep ball, it's really a thing to behold as well.
And what was amazing to me was the fact he was able to get as much on the ball as he did because he was on the run. Normally, when you're on the move like that, you don't expect the ball to go that far. You would think you need your lower body to be involved. That was an all-arm throw.
Yeah, and you see the final number there on how far that ball traveled. Pretty impressive. So the big play has him all the way down to the 30 now for 1st and 10. Again, Jackson. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far at 2nd down.
I like the thought process there. They connected on a big play, and sometimes you find the defense vulnerable. So they went for the bigger shot, went for it all on that one. This time, they were ready for it.
Ball on the 30 as they come up 2nd and 10. To throw again, Jackson. That is caught inside the 5. And he's down inside the 5 at the 4 before he's out of bounds. A good pickup there, 26 yards. Great patience in the pocket. Of course, it's easy to be patient when the protection's good, and it was.
Yeah, you got to pat those guys on the helmet and say thanks because they gave him plenty of time to stay back there, survey the field, go through the reads that he wanted to, and deliver the ball accurately. That was really well executed.
And Jackson throwing once more. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Ravens going to use their third and final timeout as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number one.
A 36-yard attempt.
And Tucker's kick right there. It's good. And the lead moves to 10-zip.
Ravens 10, Titans nothing.
Still a little bit of time left here in the second quarter, but they do get 3 before the half and expand that lead.
And they have to be happy about that. And we haven't met a team yet that doesn't put an emphasis on trying to get points on the board in the last 2 minutes of a half. They'll be real excited to have those up on the board.
The Titans offense set to begin the drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Another nice job there defensively. They've had him bottled up throughout this game. They used their scouting really well, but they've executed even better throughout this game. Their job now, don't relax, and all of a sudden, give them a chance to break off a big one.
But first, let's remind everybody what's coming up tomorrow in the AFC. We've got the 3-6 game, as it'll be the Cleveland Browns matching up with the Pittsburgh Steelers. Meanwhile, in our game, it took a little while to get settled in, but we were in for a battle royale in this second half. And to call the action, let's go back to the guys who've been there all year, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Both teams try to avoid being one and done in these playoffs as we start the second half of this AFC wildcard game. And the half will begin with a touchback. Out come the Ravens now. They'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4.
Jackson with a handoff to Dobbins on the option. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they are playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. And here's Jackson on the option. He's got a first down and then some at midfield. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. A big-time gain there on the keeper, using his legs to hurt him. First down. Well, I tell you, there is no antidote for speed, even at the quarterback position, as he keeps it himself and turns it into good yardage.
And it still takes time for a defender to react, even as quarterbacks carry the ball more and more in today's NFL. They're still a little bit in disbelief and realize, oh my goodness, he's running with the ball. He may be 8, 10, 12 yards downfield at that point.
Jackson on first down. A short throw caught by Andrews. 3 yards the gain there, second down.
It's a pickup at 3. Brings up 2nd and 7 at the Titans' 30-yard line.
An option handoff here to Dobbins. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 11 yards there, first down. A lot to praise on this drive, obviously. I know you've seen Ramsey. Those guys up front, they're getting it done.
Doesn't matter what play is called. They are handling their business at the line of scrimmage and dominating right now on this drive.
So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. Right back to Dobbins on first. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. A gain of 10 as they look to add on to this 10-point lead.
You can certainly tell my age, partner, because when I was a kid, running backs like J.K. Dobbins with over 2,000 yards in their final season in college, they went early in the draft. Instead, he somehow lasted until the second round. But how great is it to get a guy with that ability who can run it inside, run to the perimeter, and catch the football out of the backfield? To be able to get him in the second round, that's what I call a steal.
And they'll try the option on first and goal.
And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. 2 yards the gain on the keeper, and it's second down.
Pickup of 2. Brings up second and goal.
They'll run. It's Dobbins.
And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a third down.
Pretty straightforward play there by the linebacker. He saw the run, went with straight-ahead pursuit, and dumped him behind the line of scrimmage.
This will be play number 8 on the drive. It's third and goal. From the gun, Jackson. And he's going to be dropped. Back at the 15-yard line. Daquan Jones fighting his way home to get the sack.
Third and goal, they decided to throw for it. But how well they played defensively. Couldn't find anyone open. Left him nowhere to go with the football. Had to absorb the sack.
So out comes a field goal team now for the second time here today.
A 32-yard attempt.
Tucker's kick is good. And that'll push the lead up to 13-0.
Ravens 13. Titans nothing. Justin Tucker to kick off for Baltimore.
Tucker now following the made field goal, set to kick it away. And this will make it into the end zone. And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt to return. Tennessee offense about set and ready to go. They trail offense first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have.
And his first carry, he loses the football. And it's picked up by the Ravens. And it's a big turnover there on the final play of the quarter. So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33. After the fumble recovery, it's Jackson. Throwing left side here, and it's complete. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. 22 yards on the catch and run, a first down. You know, Lamar Jackson last season, the first NFL quarterback with 3,000 or more passing yards and 1,000 or more rushing yards in the same season.
And we see both of those talents on display here today. We just saw another completed pass. And everyone knew coming out of college he could run the ball. But for some reason, we didn't analyze it throwing the way we should have. I think every time he completes a pass, he says to himself, take that, evaluators. You guys really missed the boat on me.
And he'll go backwards, losing yardage to the 5. Good job over there, baby. Yeah, it's a 4-yard loss. Really sets him back now for second down.
Second and goal at the 5-yard line.
From the gun, it's Jackson. Eluding the pressure right. And this is caught. Touchdown, Baltimore. 5-yard touchdown. And the Ravens have used the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6.
Look, we all know that sometimes we see upsets in the wild card round. But I have to tell you, in this case, I did not see that coming.
I don't think anyone in the stadium saw it coming. You and I were coming in before the game. There was a couple in front of us talking about travel plans for next weekend. They might want to cancel those.
Yeah, I would say so, because right now it's looking more and more like they're going to be one and done. They're probably trying to call the hotel and make sure they get their security deposit back.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
The Titans take over first and 10. at their own 25.
The Titans offense set to begin the drive. They are most likely staring at a cold end to their season here in this wild card round. Nothing has gone right so far, and they are trying for Brown, and it's intercepted.
Oh, yeah!
It's Chuck Clark picking it off. Well, just another reason to celebrate there on the defensive side with the interception, and this is a game that they clearly have firmly in their grasp.
Yeah, a lot of handshakes, a lot of hugs, a lot of smiles. It's been their day.
Here's a throw, complete right side to start things out. Room here to run. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Big play there. His second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Ravens turn that interception into a touchdown. I think it's fair to say there's nothing that gets a crowd to its feet quite like a big play, and that was something special there. Boy, was he moving.
And that's the kind of play where you have to kind of catch your breath afterwards. So just give me a second here, because when he shifted into high gear, he was an absolute blur out there. No substitute for speed. We talk about that all the time. The evidence was right there.
It's good, and they stretch their lead to 28-0 now. Those are the kind of drives they like on offense, from the coordinator to the quarterback, the line, everybody. One-play drive and into the end zone for 6. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. Taken in at the 3. And deep in his own territory, he coughs up the football. And it's picked up by the Ravens.
Recovered by the kicking team.
There's never a good place on the field to fumble the ball. Let's just call it as it is.
But definitely not in your own red zone.
In your own red zone, it's heightened, isn't it? Because you're almost automatically giving up a score and the momentum, and everything just changes for your team.
Yeah, so the kickoff fumble, now great field position. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Jackson's going to look to run it. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Taking it in for 14 yards out as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. Now, this defense, so many things to worry about in the red zone area, but you'd have to almost think that Lamar Jackson running the football, that might be number 1.
It should be number 1, and in this portion of the field where things shrink a little bit because the receivers can't run past anyone because they'll run out of real estate, you should have all eyes on Lamar Jackson when the ball is snapped and try and keep him back in the pocket.
Yeah, I don't think that they were surprised he was running it there. They just couldn't stop him, and he ends up in the end zone. And not willing to risk another fumble, he'll sit on this one. It's a touchback. Tennessee offense about set and ready to go. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And okay, all right, I'm being facetious here, but you get points. You feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Now Tannehill. And he goes down. The Ravens able to get to him. Pernell McPhee in there to bury him for a loss of 11. So 3rd and long after the sack. Tough task for Tannehill and the Titans. Tannehill now to throw. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And he'll be about a full yard shy of the 20 at the 19-yard line. 5 yards, not enough. And it'll be 4th down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
On is Kern, the punter, to send this one away. Pulled in at the 24. Powers through. We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. And the Ravens, they'll take over. Baltimore about ready to go on offense. And it's looking like they are going to get the victory here, and it will not be one and done in these playoffs. Of course, you remember the disappointment of 12 months ago, and they're trying to erase that memory right now. Flushed out right. He's going to take off with it. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. The coverage may be too good that time as he breaks away for 19 with his legs and a 1st down.
1st down, Ravens.
From midfield now, here's Jackson. Buying time to his left. He's going to take off with it. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. Good coverage downfield led to him taking off, picking up the first down on a 13-yard run.
And a Raven first down.
Oh, Jackson's going to throw it. Rolling to his right. And he's going to keep it here. And he's going to get this inside the 30. Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a first down.
Well, another fine run right there for Lamar Jackson. And CD, that one puts him over 100 yards now for the ball game.
And remember when all we talked about were 100-yard games from running backs? That when a quarterback did it was a surprise? Well, Lamar Jackson, that's part of the package as well. He'll have as many 100-yard games in a season as the top running backs in the league.
Now one final throw here is incomplete, and that is how this one will come to an end.
The Ravens going to move on to another week in these playoffs as we say so long, everybody.
So that'll do it. For my partner, Charles Davis, and the best darn crew in the industry, I'm Brandon Gaudin. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. With that, we sign off from Nashville.